A case for small gain and small loss. It has occurred to me after thinking about this for quite a while that I have really not been thinking much. The reason is of the three factors. One of them is emotion, addiction, and ignorance. Those are the three primary mechanisms that causes an individual to spin out of control for decades, even a lifetime, because that kind of thing is essentially just tapping into the cyclical portions that are infinite, meaning that a person, just like in the movie Matrix, where Neo was trapped in the subway, where he would run from one corner to the other corner and ends up in the same place. Those three primary mechanisms, the pitfalls of day trading, will land an individual in an infinite loop where the person cannot escape from that concentrated location of being within the bubble. So the reality is what I've seen in with Al Brooks, who has been trading for who publicly disclosed that he hasn't. It took him 10 years to become profitable. And what seems to and what he does is very, very intriguing. The way that he describes certain chart formations is intriguing. And what I've concluded based on his chart formation and description is that, along with him, and along with some of the other highly profitable day traders, is that it's scalping. Scalping meaning look for small gains and look for small loss. And what I've seen with other day traders who are professionals, they have these boxes that they say, okay, I'm going to have a 1R and a 3R. So they have, it's within a certain time frame that they're attempting to take advantage of. And the wider the time frame, the more unknowns there are. So they have a particular window. They have a particular window. They have a particular window that they look to take advantage of whatever the edge is. So their edge is confined to an area where they believe it is an A+ area. But expanding and expanding and expanding, it is the trade grade degrades. And therefore, there's a higher likelihood of the trade turning out to be neutral or even negative. And what used to be a positive becomes negative, just like today and yesterday. Stocks open high and then dips and dips and dips and dips. So when I look at it as a more concise and a shorter term time frame, there is a chunk of time where the loss is minimized. But if I were to widen that time frame, somebody who bought at the top is selling at the bottom, the loss is incredibly large. And therefore, the edge, my edge now will be this. Look at the shortest amount of time to gain that 1R. That is my edge. And the signals are everywhere. Signals, I can see it. There's so one of the signals is it goes up and then it achieved a low of the day on the front side. And when the front side is obfuscated or overrun, then there's a high probability that it's going to keep dropping. And so that is the point where I can say, okay, it's happening. I can buy a put and then take a short snippet of the gains that I can achieve. And those small gains multiplied by 3 or 4 times is a significant amount within one day. So when I keep looking at these things and take advantage of those small little incremental moves, and then when I have my stop loss in a very short form, then I'm able to lose less and then just look for small gains as well. These are the primary objectives of day trading. And what I used to do is look for, I'm thinking I'm going to get a big gain, but I would be afraid and I take a little bit of gain and I get out. But because I'm not used to setting up the stop loss, I allow it to run away and I keep saying to myself, wow, locked up and unable to do anything about it. It seems there's a divide between the trade that is ongoing and my fingers, and it becomes wider and wider until my emotions kicks in and just wham, slams, and that's when I get out, and everybody else starts buying at that point and starts going back up. So to mitigate this, the point of dropping and coming back up, that shorter time frame is going to allow me to lose less and just have a lot more wins. So as I gain more exposure to making gains that way, then I can have time to expand upon it if the need be. When certain things I become more aware, the more I become aware of day trading, that I can expand upon that and make it a lot easier for me to make the trades, and then my experience will help me to gain a greater amount of gains later on down the road. But that's later on down the road. But what I expect to do is make small amount of gain and lose small amount. That is the objective of this of my next and if I were to call that, I believe that is my edge. My edge. That is my edge. The mindset is my edge. The signals everybody has. Everybody has the same amount of information. Secrets, there's essentially no secrets. It's a matter of somebody grabbing onto it and becoming realized to what the edge is. The edge for me is making the time frame as short as possible to gain that 1 R, and I need to make that happen and make it a practice. And as I practice, I gain more experience. The more experience I have, the more trades that I have throughout the day, the even more experience that I have each day, the more my account grows, the more experience I will have. And that is the whole purpose of developing into this. So that is my edge. My edge.